When we think of improving our productivity, what do you usually think of first? We think of like buying bigger, better, stronger, more expensive tools, but there are some things you can do right now that they won't cost you anything, but they'll make you a more efficient woodworker. This one is a game changer. Disposing of cut-offs, scraps, and other just shop debris as you make it is one of the kind of the key concepts of keeping your shop free from clutter. And keeping your shop free from clutter is one of the best ways you can increase your productivity. I've got trash buckets all over the place, especially where I know I'm going to be creating waste. For a no-cost solution, just set out a few cardboard boxes. And as much as you can, try to avoid hoarding those tiny scraps of wood. You think you're going to use those someday, but you won't. They rarely get used, and they'll quickly just take over your shop. You'll get a lot more accomplished if you can kind of get into a woodworking groove for, say, 3 hours straight, rather than just bopping in and out while you're trying to, do some grocery shopping or mow the lawn or wash the car or whatever. Staying focused on what you're doing will really help. I'm a really big believer in unitasking for increasing productivity. So just make sure that your shop time is your time. Before you step foot into your shop, figure out exactly what point of your project you want to get to that will keep your project moving forward. Maybe you just want to mill up a few boards, or maybe you want to get some drawers built for a cabinet. Maybe you want to just prep and finish your project. Figure it out ahead of time. One thing I like to do is try to figure out where those big glue ups are going to be, the assembly parts. Those are just natural places to end your session for the day. I just think it's really easy to get distracted if you don't have a clear goal to work toward. Be aware of your own mental state and your body's exhaustion level. If you're starting to feel tired or you feel like your mind is drifting, wrap it up for the day, even if you haven't finished that goal that you set before you set foot into your shop. I've wasted a lot of time and lumber just mismeasuring boards, miscutting boards, cutting them the wrong sizes, or gluing up the wrong pieces just because I'm getting tired. And then I got to spend the next day trying to fix those mistakes and redoing the same work. Also, when you're fatigued, it raises your risk of injury. Take a break, there ain't no hurry. Avoid leaving tools sitting out on your workbench or other surfaces. Wherever there's a horizontal surface, chances are you're going to want to set things down on it. We've all been there. You know those times when you need to assemble something, part of a project, and there's just all this junk, and you just got to like push it all to one side of the workbench. A lot of times we leave the tools sitting out because we think, well, we're going to be needing them later in the project. But if you put away that drill or sander right after you finished using that for that specific task, it'll save you frustration as the project progresses. It might seem a little counterintuitive because sure, you're gonna have to put it away and get it back more often. It's like a few more steps, but trust me on this one, it's gonna make you more productive. Keeping your shop clean and tidy is one of the best ways to increase productivity. You should always have a broom handy. Just have it close by. In fact, it's really the only tool in my shop that I don't have a specific storage spot for it. I think just sweeping up a small spot and then putting it wherever I happen to be against the wall seems to keep me using it more often. I'll literally sweep up my shop kind of throughout the entire day, maybe 3 or 4 times in different areas. And of course, sweeping up the entire floor at the end of the day is always a good habit to get into because there's just nothing more inviting than entering your nice clean shop in the morning. It always makes me just want to get right to work. But really, I think it's just as important, maybe even more important, to sweep up specific sawdust messes as they occur. You know those ones where, say, you're using your jigsaw or your router and it just kind of creates a pile of sawdust right at that location. Clean it up right then when you're done with that procedure, and that'll help you keep from tracking it all over the rest of your shop and just spreading it, making it harder to clean up the rest at the end of the day. Plus, it'll help keep you from tracking it into the house. I actually kind of enjoy sweeping up at the end of the day and putting things away, and sweeping up throughout the day will just make that cleanup go all the more quicker, faster. Avoid just winging it when it comes to building your projects. This is what took me a lot of years of woodworking to really figure out. But having a complete set of plans for every project you make will dramatically increase your productivity. I create plans for even the very simplest projects I make. I print them out, and then when I enter my shop with them, I'm ready to roll. If you use plans that you've bought or downloaded, take the time to sit down and read through them, imagining each step and how you're going to accomplish each step. You want to have a complete and thorough understanding of how the project is going to work and how it's going to proceed. If you'd like to start designing your own projects, you could use SketchUp. It's pretty easy and intuitive. You can check out my SketchUp Basics tutorial to get you started. I'll include a link down in the description for that. Guys, if you're looking for a systematic approach to creating an organized workshop, developing a smooth workflow, and just doing more with whatever space you have, I want you to check out my online course, The Weekend Workshop. I'll show you how to create a shop that you're gonna love one weekend at a time. I'll help you plan your space, install lighting, create a dust management system, assess your power needs, and lots more. Plus, you're gonna get access to 14 amazing shop projects, just about everything you see here in my shop. Head over to theweekendworkshop.com for all the details and sign up today. Thanks for watching, everybody.